Good morning and welcome to Moxi Monday. I am Elizabeth Glass. Can you guys please let me know that you can hear me? And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and someone can let me know that you see a Moxi engaged screen. That would be perfect. Give you a second to do that. Thank you. Perfect. We got you. Awesome. Okay, guys. Good morning. Great start to the week today. I'm going to go ahead today and mute everyone real quick just so we can make sure we have some clear audio here. If you're joining us, you can go ahead and hit yourself as mute. That would be wonderful. So good morning to everybody, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, St. Croix, and everyone else who's somewhere else because you're vacationing or away for a while. Good morning. It's good to have you guys here with us today. Today, I'm actually going to cover something that's newer to Moxi, something that might look brand new to you because you might not have noticed it was there before. So as you guys know, Moxi is your everything, right? It's your CRM, it's your presentation tool, your website, it's all the things. So what's cool is when they start to intermingle even more together to make your life and your business a little bit more efficient. So that's what I'm going to show you today is a new connection between Moxi Engage and Moxi Present that hadn't been there before. And it's something that's going to help you out for sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my volume up a little bit more. All right, so what we're going to do is show you this new connection. I'm going to show you where it is and how easy it is to utilize it. And again, Moxi is going to be device responsive or mobile responsive. So you're going to be able to access this from your cell phone, your iPad, your tablet, your computer. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you have an internet connection, you can get in there and utilize these options. So where I am right now, for those of you who are newer, I'm in Moxi Engage. That is your CRM, your client relationship management tool. That's where you're going to put all of your people, maybe your existing clients, your previous clients, or those that are not clients yet, but you kind of want to work them in your order of business to create some client leads from them. In addition to that, it's also where your campaigns are, so your marketing pieces. Now that's what happens in Engage. So as you guys can see here, I went ahead and I put myself in under one of our agents as a client or prospective prospects here, just so I can utilize myself in an example of a new connection that's created between Present and Engage. Now, Present is your presentation tool. That's where you can create a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis, which is going to compare a property to those on the market in the same realm or same area with the same characteristics. So you get a true idea of price point and then also where they land as of the market as at that moment. But it's also a buyer tool to help a buyer find a property. It's also a buyer tour property tool so they can actually navigate from one to the next when you're in the middle of looking at the houses. And you can also utilize it to make newsletters. So a lot of good things that happen in both. The new connection between Present and Engage is now individually through connecting a presentation that you've made for a client to the actual client in Engage, so in their profile. So let's start by looking at the top. Please take your eyes to the top of my screen. Notice the navigational panel up here where it showcases all the different platform options within Moxi. We're going to start off in Moxi Engage. Keep in mind, you can also start off in Present, but for this, I'm going to show you in Engage. Clicking on Engage, I'm going to make sure that I have the people option hovered over it, and then I'm going to choose My People. That's then going to load where all of the people are, right? All of the people I've uploaded and added. I've gone ahead and I've narrowed it down. I'm actually going to put myself in here. So I'm going to go into myself as a potential client in here. So previous seller or a seller. Let me go ahead and click on my portfolio here. So this is where individually I have all of the things housed for this one particular client. And as you guys can see here, the navigational panel on the left kind of walks you through these different options that you have. And then on the right, this is where you actually work your order of business, and it helps keep you on task to work from even a lead all the way to continued closed client. What we're focusing on today is actually not this part on the right, which is where we usually spend our time and engage. We're going to jump to the left. Please take your eyes to the left side. Notice the newer option that is now in the navigational panel here that didn't exist prior. All of these good things were here before. Your profile, this is where you add all of the personal information to anything pertaining to that client. Your notes is obviously anything noteworthy. Activity, we love this tab. This is not new either. This is where it tracks any and all things that ever happened with this person. So for example, if I created a presentation and I sent it to them, as you guys see, I did this 8 minutes ago just to have a trial one right before the session today. It logs that I've done that, but it also logs when that person has opened it and received it. So any interaction that you have with any party on either side is going to showcase here, which is great. Now we also have faves and saves, which you guys have seen before. This is where we can create new search portals and work with our client in tandem. to see what they're looking for and even allow them to create their own search portals as well. So it's a great opportunity to not only have an eye above what they're really looking for, but it connects to their actual website. So it increases your SEO. Okay, now this is the new part right here. So this new tab now says presentations. Excuse me, my voice is going out for a moment. 1 moment. Okay, so this new tab, which is presentations, is very nice because now not only is it going to connect a presentation that I created for this Beth client, it's now also going to allow me to create it right from here, which is great. As you guys know, in Faves and Saves, instead of having to go to your website and create a search, you can do it right here. So now instead of having to leave here and go to present to create a presentation for them, you can now do it right from within their own individual client portfolio profile. So take a look at this. I'm going to click on it. And then what it's going to do is it's going to expand my actual presentations that show here that I've already created. Now, the first time you do this, keep in mind, nothing will show up here. The only thing it will say create a presentation. Once you continuously create presentations for this particular person, they will now show up here in addition to showing up in the present tab. So it's great because it's connecting it. So you can see the one I just made a little bit ago. Watch how easy this is. Look at how quick the connection is. There's nothing new to really have to learn here because you already know engage, you already know and present. This is just a new connection. What I do now from within the client portfolio itself, I'm going to click create new. Exactly like in present, I'm going to have all the same options so I don't lose any capability here in any way. What I'm going to go ahead and do is name this, which in typical fashion usually can probably be the person's name. Or you can put their address in there as well so they know which particular property it's in relation to. So for this one, I'll just say it's this particular address. Keep in mind, this is what the client sees, so make sure this is something that's going to be relevant for them. Okay, so I can do that. Now under the type, it allows you to pick the type of presentation you're creating. And in this particular one, I'm going to do a seller presentation. So a comparative market analysis. So I can actually allow Beth to compare her particular property to those that are on the market. So we know how to accurately gauge the selling price. So for this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and keep it classic theme. That's going to be our standard branding blue for Coldwell Banker. If you're watching this from even the Century 21 or Sotheby's, it's going to be branded for you in those colors, in those tones. I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And now it's going to work a little bit in the background building that presentation. So it's going to take a quick second, a couple seconds here, because what it's doing is it's building all those interactive pages that we've previously built for you that are intuitive and connected. So then you're going to start to see it build. And now if you haven't noticed, if you take your eyes to the top, it's now pulled us out of the individual profile and automatically taking us to Moxi Present. So we don't have to do that on our own. It's automatically happening. Now what happens is it's loading the presentation itself, and we are now accessing the information that we can add in here. For our particular property, all we're going to do is go ahead and add in the MLS number for that property. So if it's already on the market, obviously you just jump on the MLS and grab that number. Even if you don't have it on market yet and it's been on the market within the last several years, you're still able to use that previously used MLS number, even if it's no longer active, because it's still going to pull the data in. Keep in mind, we understand that if it's not a newer listing, there are changes more than likely that we have showing today that we wouldn't then, maybe upgrades. So even though it's populating the information here, when I said hit copy, watch this, it'll populate it over. Pulls in the photo from the MLS, it still pulls in all that data. We've got all that good stuff, making it wonderfully easy for us. But that doesn't limit me now to having it be updated. I'm still able to jump in if I wanted to, change this photo out, pull it from a different photo from the MLS, or maybe I want to update that photo here. I can do that quickly. I can also change and add and update any of the information for that particular property right here as well. So I lack no usage of being able to have it be current and relevant. Just like any presentation, the steps are right at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to go to the next page, I can simply click that very next option, or on the bottom of every single page, we also have a blue continue button. And now I'm just going to very quickly run to the end of the presentation, because the presentation itself isn't the actual key we're focusing on today. It's the connection between the two. So I'm going to very quickly run through here, grab a couple of these. If you actually join us for a full-on training on Moxi Present, we'll break everything down and showcase all of what I'm doing to you. But for now, I just want to show a quick finished presentation. So I'm just going to run through these steps really quick here. I'm going to keep it high to low. My estimate's going to populate a number in here for me automatically. Keep in mind, it's already intuitively in the MLS, pulling all of that data for us. So it's going to pull that in here. If you did have to update anything based off an old MLS number, you could type some remarks in here, such and such, saying, if you went ahead and renovated the kitchen, you might be able to ask for an estimated market value of $390,000 or $395,000. So you can put those remarks there. We're almost done with the presentation. There we go. So now here the presentation is, it's done and it's ready, right? Here I'm able to add additional pages, just so you guys know, so we can add in other marketing pieces that go into the presentation. However, what I want to focus on now is how I've created this presentation. At this point, technically, yes, I can go ahead and send this to my client by clicking on the send button and then putting in the subject line and the greeting and the message. I'm going to go ahead and just hit send for now. Again, we're not focusing on the presentation itself, but the connection between the two products. So technically now I've started off in Engage in the actual client portfolio for Beth. Now I've actually then created a presentation that is now showing up and ready and complete. And I'm technically in Present. So watch what happens when I go ahead and I hit either the Home button or the Present button at the top. What it does is it now loads me to the Moxi Present application product. And it's going to showcase not only the presentation I just made now, I still have all of the presentations I've used in the past. Now I like that here because I also have the opportunity, if I so choose, to then push on these little 3 dots at the bottom and then duplicate my particular presentation, change out the MLS number, and in seconds I've got a brand new created presentation for someone else. So I like having everything here in the app, a one library. It's like a one main place to keep it. But the important thing now is that I'm going to show you how it's now connected and engaged automatically. Go ahead and hit engage. And it's beautiful because it's in one spot, but the other thing is, as well as it helps us with that tracking, right? How many people opened it, when they opened it. So it gives us a good gauge of our interaction. The people interacting with us more are those that we're going to focus on a little bit more because they're obviously a little more serious in that moment of looking. So I'm going to go ahead and do what we did before, engage people, my people. It's just going to load me to where all of my particular clients and my sphere leads are. Just simply going to go right back to that Beth profile and open it up. And I just want to show you by clicking on that button on the side that said presentation. Bam, your presentation is there. Now, while this loads, sometimes it'll take a second because I've got a lot going on with Moxi right now. Keep in mind that it's also the same way. If I was starting in Moxi Presents and then I created the presentation there and then I sent it to my client, it would then also connect it for me to my to my actual person profile here in Moxi Engage. So it's cool that it goes back both ways. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my portfolio now for Beth. And now it's a one-stop shop. Now, not only can I run my order of business here and then do all of the different things and steps that I need to do in order to create this to go from one prospective prospect client to the closed sessions. This will also let me have everything I need here connected. So go ahead and hit on presentations. And as this loads now, you'll actually see that presentation showing up as well. So this is the one I made just previous to the session. And this is the one I just made now. So it's a really cool circle. You can be in the client portfolio and create the presentation, connecting it here. Or I now can have you start and present, connect it automatically from present to engage. So pretty cool new feature that we have had here. That's it. That's actually nothing more that I really need to show you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to any questions you have. If you can, jump in that chat box and say your question that you might have, but also the other thing I want to have in here is have you guys tell me your feedback. What do you think about this? Tell me if you think this is a new feature. Tell me if this is something that you think would be relevant to you. Give me an idea of what you think about this new feature. We'd like to keep an idea of kind of what the changes are that are happening affect our agents here within the different companies. So if you guys can jump in there, that would be great. As a reminder, this is going to be a two-way connection, so you can start and present in Moxi Engage as well. Okay, we've got some chats coming in, and then I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes to open it up for any questions that you guys have. But really, I think it's a great new option because it's something I had in my mind before and I had thought about before that would be great, and they actually worked along with that. So question in here, let me see if I can get some clarification. Will an incomplete listing also feed? Can you please, you can either unmute or go into the chat box, clarify a little bit more of what you mean by that, if you could, please. And I'm not, are you saying that if it's not closed transaction or maybe a saved transaction. It has to be something that's going to be populated. If you're connecting it to a specific thing, and it has to be populated and showing live in the MLS, if that answers that question. So let's say,
Okay, yeah, it's not an active listing, it's incomplete.
yeah, it would need to be showing.
So, okay,
Great
yeah,
question.
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. And keep in mind though, even if it's not showing the MLS, technically the favorite thing here is to be able to just put that MLS number and populate all that information in automatically, because we don't have to type it in. But in reality, if you wanted to get this going and not wait for that, you technically can, once I get in that presentation, manually enter the information. So right here on the first page of the presentation, remember how I put the MLS number here and it pulled it all in? In technicality, if it's not live yet, I can still jump in here and put the information in manual and make a connection and get going, just so we don't have to wait. That's a great question though. Okay, so it looks like you guys think this is actually a good new product tool. We'll keep that in mind as well when we're communicating with the brand. We like to let them know some of the great things we like when we're telling them some of the things that are our favorite. So kind of keep it balanced a little bit. As always, we have this recording that will be going on to our Schmidt video classroom. Give me a little bit of time here to get that completed and get that up on our video classroom there. For those of you who are newer, you just go to schmidtvideoclassroom.com, which will take you right to the YouTube channel, or you'll go to our one-stop shop, which is schmidtresources.com. You'll go into your particular region. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the video tab. So if you scroll down just a little, you'll notice here, this tab says video and social media. And then you click on Schmidt Video Classroom. That's kind of the way that you can navigate to get to this particular classroom. And then for all of the videos that will allow us, we have everything here in a playlist, trying to make it nice and easy for you. So all the trainings that we've done recorded, notice here that we have different sections of title here. So for this particular one, it is a Moxi Monday. So where it's going to go is it's going to be uploaded right here into this Moxi Monday video. So when you're clicking on it, it's
screen right now, which should be
that. It's going to be the video that we've created today, but then on the right, it's going to be a collection of all of those that we've done in the previous past. So you can kind of come learn as you want, jump in there and get some more good stuff done for your business. On that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Thank you so much. Again, myself, training team, your ASC, your RSC, your manager, anybody, we're all here to help and support you through your business to make it work the most efficient way for you. So hopefully this is a new tool to help you more efficient. On that note, I want to say thank you again to all of you as well. And then I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. We will see you for the rest of the week during the trainings. And again, next week on Moxi Monday. Thanks everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.